Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 34. Please subscribe. Today is a great follow-up lesson from yesterday that there is another way of looking at the world. I think I mentioned this as maybe a teaser leading into today. And so there's another way of looking at the world. And what is that? Well, it's peace. I can see peace instead of this. Well, the lesson says I could see peace instead of this. I always like to give it more empowerment, and that's what I think can does. Now, last year, with one of the comments for this lesson, one of the viewers suggested, and they use choose. I choose to see peace instead of this. So any of those work. And again, as the Course tells us, words are symbols. In fact, they're symbols of symbols, and we use them. They're tools. We use them to the best of our ability. But because they're only symbols, they are not always they're not always useful in one way or another. They try their best. And so this is what we do with using words. We try our best to communicate, but sometimes there's a better way or another way to communicate. There's another way of looking at the world. There's another way to communicate. The Course will ultimately tell us that our use for words is almost over. So in the meantime, we use them to the best of our ability, and sometimes they're lacking a little bit, so we can choose another word to use. And actually, at the end of this lesson, in follow-up, it's prayer, it's in italics, suggestion to use in a particular situation, it uses the word can. I can replace. We'll get there. So I can or I could see peace instead of this. Now, first paragraph, really powerful. The idea for today begins to describe the conditions that prevail in the other way of seeing, using vision. Peace of mind is clearly an internal matter. It starts within and emanates out. We've spoken of this already. It must begin with your own thoughts and then extend outward, because everything begins with a thought. That is how everything starts. It starts with a thought, my thought, your thought. It starts with a thought, and it is from your peace of mind that a peaceful perception of the world arises. So if I'm not peaceful in here, it won't be peaceful out there. So I start with peace in my mind, and then allow that to be as the pebble in the pond, and let it emanate, let it extend outward. I don't know where it all will go, but I know if I'm starting with peace, peace will be the condition of the world I see. I will not be bothered by anything that is not peace. And in this world, there certainly are many things that do not appear to be peaceful, our perceptions. But I can choose to see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. I can see peace instead of this. Practicing, we're up to 3 times a day, 5 minutes each. So it's a total of 15 minutes, morning and evening, and then another time somewhere in between when it is good for you, where you can spend those 5 minutes in a space that is tranquil and undisturbed. So we start with our eyes closed, and we are doing the same that we have done recently, having that procession of ideas that are distressing or disturbing in any way. So it says some 5 minutes of mind searching are required for each of the longer practice periods, the 5 minutes. Search your mind for fear thoughts, anxiety-provoking situations, offending personalities, always a good one, or events or anything else about which you are harboring unloving thoughts. It's my attack thoughts that I want to be rid of. We had a lesson that, about giving up my attack thoughts, because my attack thoughts are showing me a world that is filled with attack thoughts. And we also had, of course, lesson 19, that I'm not alone in experiencing the effects of my thinking. I need to escape the attack thoughts. So I need to find peace within my mind. The attack thoughts start in my mind, but so does peace. So note each one of them casually, repeating the idea for today slowly as you watch them arise in your mind, and let each one go to be replaced by the next. It's our parade, our own personal parade of disturbances. It's a procession. So it says, if you begin to experience difficulty in thinking of specific subjects, continue to repeat the idea to yourself in an unhurried manner without applying it to anything. And then the shorter applications are, of course, as needed, okay? Anytime we feel the peace is threatened, nothing takes my peace. I give it to it. So that's why if my peace is threatened, I want to shift. I want to use the idea for today to maintain my peace and tell myself, I can, I could, I will see peace instead of this. Also, I've often added the word now. So I could see peace in this situation instead of what I see now. And because right now I'm in the moment and I'm not experiencing peace. So I can shift that when I shift my thoughts about it. And that is all bringing me into the present moment. So now the 6th paragraph of the lesson says, if the inroads of your peace of mind take the form of more generalized adverse emotions, such as depression, anxiety, or worry, use the idea in its original form. If you find the need for more than one application, today's idea, to help you change your mind in any specific context, try to take several minutes and devote them to repeating the idea until you feel some sense of relief. And now it gives us that other prayer to use, and it says, I can, see there it is, I can replace my feelings of depression, anxiety, or worry for my thoughts, or my thoughts about this situation, personality, or event with peace. So there is the empowerment here. We can do this. We have the ability. Our thoughts are very powerful, as we've already spoken of this year, and will again, I'm sure. So it is my inner world that is going to affect my outer world. So when I see peace within here, I have peace within my mind, then peace will be what I see and I experience in my outside world. So that's it for today. Again, lesson 19, lesson 23, and even, what was the other lesson? Well, there's so many, to tell you the truth. We'll just stick with those two for the day. But it is definitely a beautiful, peaceful journey. Oh, I know, God is in my mind. God is in my mind. Of course I can see peace. It's a beautiful, peaceful journey that we are taking together. So please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please smile. Smile and think of all the peace that is coming to you today. In fact, you already have it. You just haven't noticed it. And breathe in and release everything that is not peaceful or loving. And pray that this peace will truly dawn upon each and every mind. Namaste.